You may be big, but you ain't bad. The Boulder's gonna win this in a landslide.
Hello guys, and welcome to the first team building video on this channel. So yeah, as you can see on the screen, this is the team I have dedicated to the first. I have like 3 more teams, and if somehow Sierra Dawn this gets to you, know that Slitherwing is in the works. Anyways, for our first Regulation F team, as long as the new paradoxes are legal, we do have this new Iron Boulder based hyper offense team that I'm using. I really like Iron Boulder, and Mighty Cleave is a really, really good move. So as I said, it's a hyper offense team. Of course, we need our Tailwind setter. And so I decided to go with Whimsicott, which is new in the DLC, but is very old and near and dear to our hearts. Faster than Tornadus, it can taunt it if it doesn't have Mental Herb. You can set up Tailwind. It has Protect to, block hits. And finally, it has Moonblast that can deal that additional damage. In my playtesting, Moonblast has been better than Energy Ball, but if you so choose and want to recreate this team, you can go ahead and use Energy Ball. Now to get to the main star of the show is Iron Boulder. Iron Boulder here is life orbed and has enough damage to Oko Urshifu with a Zen Headbutt, a super effective Zen Headbutt that is. In addition, it deals massive damage, and Oko's, when it's not intimidated by Incineroar, with Mighty Cleave, as well as deals massive damage to other Pokemon. Mighty Cleave, people were complaining about it not getting Rock Slide, but now we don't really need to worry about that because Mighty Cleave, in my opinion, is a much better move. Those of you may be wondering what's Mighty Cleave, because Mighty Cleave was introduced in the DLC. Mighty Cleave, by the way, 95 accuracy, 100% accuracy, 95 base power. I got the base power and accuracy mixed up. So it's basically almost as strong as Stone Edge. And instead of having a downside, you can't protect through it. So speaking of Pokemon you can't protect through, we also have Urshifu on the team. There's a lot of speed in Urshifu, but it's meant to outspeed most things in Tailwind. It's not max speed, but it outspeeds most things. And then it has Terra Water Surging Strikes. There's a standard Mystic Water Urshifu set. Basically, if you can get, I've gotten it once or twice in a game, but if you can get the position where you have Iron Boulder Urshifu out and you have speed control, you can just go for Mighty Cleave Surging Strikes, and your opponent can't protect, which is a devastating combo. In addition to hyper offense, we have to have, we don't have to have, I decided to put Entei on this team instead of Incineroar, because Incineroar tends to slow down the game, while Entei tends to speed it up. In addition, Entei last generation got access to its hidden ability, Inner Focus, which outright beats Incineroar. What do I mean by that? Many an Incineroar on where I played attempted to fake out, not knowing what Inner Focus does, and they paid the price. Entei also has access to a busted move called Sacred Fire. Granted, it's 95% accuracy, so it has a chance to miss. But the downside is replaced with an upside with 100 base power and a 50% chance to burn. So half the time, especially if your opponent, like let's say, wants to swap in their Ogre Pond Wellspring to block the hit and it's terrestrialized, it's not always a bad chance to, like, if you know it's swapping and to just go for the Sacred Fire, because you have half a chance to just, like, take it out of the game with it being burnt. In addition, we also have Extreme Speed and Stomping Tantrum. Stomping Tantrum is for Pokemon that resist fire. So Incineroar, most importantly, Hisuian Arcanine and Heatran, those that are quad weak to ground. And then finally you have Terra Grass, Terra Blast. That's to get rid of Pokemon that want to run water, like Water Ogre Pond, or like Terra Water Walking Wake that's been showing up. Terra Grass also works as a defensive Terra. So for Pokemon like the Ogre Pond and the Walking Wake, if you know an attack's coming into it, you can Terra Grass and live one of the hits. Granted, we're running Scarf on this Entei instead of Band because I wanted something that guarantee outspeeds Urshifu, and Urshifu and Landorus. and isn't affected by their Intimidate ability. And that's why I did that. I guess I could run Ban, but Choice Scarf has been working well, especially for when I don't really need / have to get the Tailwind up. And speaking of not getting the Tailwind up, we have a Booster Speed Flutter main with standard set, Protect, Moonblast, Shadow Ball, Icy Wind, and it works really well on the team. It's a great lead, and it helps slow stuff down, especially if you don't feel like you need Tailwind, but you want a little bit of speed control. Like, you can lead Flutter Entei. And finally, for our team, we have Metagross, which has the Assault Vest Clear Body. I'm a big fan of Metagross in this meta. It's been putting in the works. Because we have Zen Headbutt, I decided we don't need a Psychic move on Metagross, and I instead opted for Iron Head, Bullet Punch, which are kind of standards for it. Ice Punch, so you can hit grass types that would be normally neutral, like Rillaboom or Landorus, and Stomping Tantrum against Incineroar and like electric types and that stuff. In addition, Stomping Tantrum's insane because when you face Metagross against like an Incineroar, you have Clear Body, which means, well, obviously it means your stats can't be lowered, so no Intimidate, no Parting Shot, no speed drops, and in addition to that, if you run Stomping Tantrum and lead into an Incineroar, if you go for Stomping Tantrum and they fake out your Metagross, Stomping Tantrum's power's doubled next turn. So that's a bonus of running the Stomping Tantrum on an Assault Vest Metagross. Because if they fake it out, know that they're getting hit if they don't deal with it next turn. So, now that I've explained the Pokemon, how do you run this team? Well, Whimsicott's a decent lead. You can lead Whimsicott with pretty much anything with Prankster. I've led Whimsicott Entei, but you can lead Whimsicott Iron Boulder, Whimsicott Urshifu, Whimsicott Metagross. Metagross outspeeds base like 111s in Tailwind. So as long as they don't have Tailwind up. That's a very important fact about Metagross in this Tailwind team. But it's mostly just invested in bulk, so it's a good switch in as well. Now you can lead any of those. In addition, because of how this team works, like 4 to 5 of the Pokemon on this team don't care about Intimidate, and 3 of them don't care about Fake Out. Whimsicott is Terra Ghost, because, well, you avoid Fake Out. You can lead Whimsicott Fluttermane, Whimsicott Entei, or you could just double Protect on the first turn. But basically what that does is that leading Entei Fluttermane, especially into Incineroar, basically says, I don't care about you, because none of your Pokemon care about Intimidate, none of your Pokemon care about Fake Out, and you can just double up on anything. Sacred Fire Moonblast, Sacred Fire Shadow Ball, Terra Blast, or Icy Wind as well. Just like any of those work super well on lead. As I said, Whimsicott pairs well with anything. And most of these are defensive Terras. Iron Boulder I went with fighting because this team doesn't have as much trouble with King Gambit as I thought, and my last team that I used Iron Boulder on had trouble with King Gambit. So basically removing your dark weakness and replacing with a dark resistance really helps. And in addition, fighting isn't weak to anything that Rock Psychic is, so by changing your type completely, you have a different sets of weaknesses and resistances, as well as getting stab on close combat. Well, yeah, that's the team. And here's the team ID if you decide you like it either now or after this video to try out. Now let's get to the video. Hello, it is too early in the morning and I am here bringing you content. Hi, I'm Beirut VGC for those of you who don't know. And I bring one video a week using my weird, wacky, and cool teams that I think work in the meta. Right now, we're using my the Entei Iron Boulder Hyper Offense team that I did an intro for. And what this is, as you can see, is Reg F Nino Pokebros tour. And I'm playing in this not really for prizing, because it's fun and because it's more consistent, so I can get you Reg F games. So yeah, with that being said, we're gonna kick into our first battle. So it looks like we have pretty standard Trick Room Tailwind balance. So I think my first priority is to nuke. No, they have double Tailwind. So I think I need to start out with Whimsicott. I think I start with I start with Whimsicott Entei, because I can Terra Ghost. If they go Trick Room, I can Terra Ghost Taunt. If they go Tailwind, I can Tailwind into Sacred Fire or Terra Blast. As in for the back, if all else fails, I love bringing Metagross and stuff. Urshifu should do decent. I think it should do decently well. Question is, do I want to go Urshifu or Iron Boulder? It's a really tough one for me. I think we go... Metagross, because other than Suicune, we hit everything. I need something that can hit... I gave you not a grass type move. So I think we go Urshifu just in case they like set up Trick Room later, because Urshifu Metagross is more bulky. So yeah, that's our first game. I feel like I don't really bring Iron Boulder. That's normally because like Psychic Rock isn't like super good into a lot of things, but like Psychic Rock plus fighting is like good coverage. So we're gonna continue first game. They send off Tornrilla. What's the worst case here? Worst case if I don't Terra. I think I protect, and I think I protect Sacred Fire. If they Tailwind and then taunt me next turn, then what Pokemon do they have? What they can't really abuse Tailwind. My Scarf Entei should really outspeed most things they have. Scarf Entei should outspeed a Suicune depending on how much they put in. So I think, yeah, I protect, and then I Sacred Fire the Rillaboom slot. If they Terra, that's fine. They withdraw Rillaboom. Is it Urshifu? Is it a physical attacker? Is it Urshifu? It's Suicune. Okay. Yeah, there's not much I can do to a Suicune. And I'm locked into Sacred Fire here, so... we go for a Rain Dance. Nice. Sacred Fire, do we get the burn? We get the burn, cool. So, yeah. Okay, so it's a leftover Suicune. It's probably gonna, like, Calm Mind me or something. The real question is, do I taunt the Torn or do I taunt the Suicune? Suicune probably is, like, Icy Wind and stuff. I obviously go out into Metagross here, but the real question is, I think we always play it safe and go for Tailwind, and then we swap out into Metagross and we just tank the Scald. And then I think we Terra Blast the Suicune. Yeah, I think we trade Tailwinds here, because they're gonna Bleak Wind Scald or something. Oh, it doesn't kill. So this is a very bulky Torn. Calm Mind. Okay. I don't really have anything to hit the Suicune with. I just need Whimsicott to go down. That's what I really need. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now that I have Tailwind up, I'm okay if they also get Tailwind up. I think it's more important to taunt the Suicune just in case they double dip. And then we go for Ice Punch into Tornadus. Like, it's really disappointing that there's not much I can do here. But yeah. As long as they don't have Instant in the back. I think they probably have Instant in the back because they wouldn't bring Ursaluna. Cool. So yeah, Whimsicott does not get the taunt off, but Whimsicott goes down, and that's what matters. Tailwind. Ice Punch. Does about half. I don't take Rocky Helmet Chip. So I go for another taunt, and I go for another ice punch. And that's my play here. If they swap out into Incin, like, there's not much I can do about it other than hope for a freeze. If they want to go for Tailwind, that's also fine. I'm Assault Vested. I should take... Yeah, so no more Calm Mines for Suicune for 3 turns. They go for Bleak Wind Storm again, so they're getting really, like, really greedy. Yeah, so Torn's gonna go down. They don't get enough Tailwind. They do go for Scald. It's +1 in the range, shouldn't kill because of Assault Vest. And they don't get the burn. So what I'm going to do is pretty obvious here, but they're taunted so they can't protect the Suicune slot and Inner Focus. So here's what I think I want to do. I go Entei. And I think they're going to bring an Incin probably. Sorry, it's either Rilla or Incin. They're bringing Rilla or Incin. Who is it? Incin. Cool. The turns of rain here are really important. How many turns of rain are there? Inner Focus, Clear Body. This is why we run this team, because Incineroar doesn't really do anything. How many turns of rain? 1. That's not the best. So I'm going to Terra Blast into Suicune, and then I'll have to swap them out next turn. And then I'm going to Stomping Tantrum into Incin, and if they Fake Out, then... So the reason I did this here is if they Fake Out, Stomping Tantrum's power is doubled. This is why you run Stomping Tantrum, because if they Fake me out, it's like, you're dead. Also, this is closed team sheets, so because of this... Yeah, so my Stomping Tantrum's doubled next turn. Terra Blast into the Suicune. This should kill in grassy terrain. And then I... Oh, no. Oh, no. Am I burnt? Flinches and can't move. Rain stops. Okay. Even if Tailwind stops, I still think... Yeah. So they have to choose whether they want to switch out or not. I'm locked into Terra Blast, so I'm going Terra Blast, Stomping Tantrum. And either way, unless they invested heavily into speed on Suicune... Actually, no, Suicune should outspeed. But... did Taunt end? Taunt... One more turn of Taunt. Cool. So they can't protect, so Terra Blast, double power Stomping Tantrum. So unless they swap one of these slots into Rillaboom, their Pokemon are forfeit. And they can't protect the Suicune. So, alright. They just have Rillaboom left. Which means I gotta swap out Entei. So yeah, they're down. And then Stomping Tantrum does half to an Incineroar, but Fake Out happened, so... Oh! Never mind, they are a fast Incineroar. And I am locked into Terra Blast. Huh, that is not good. So yeah, basically, Metagross is base 70 speed, Incineroar is base 60, so they invested at least 12 points because I invested 1 point into... Either way, this is not good for me. Yeah, Grassy Surge. And because I'm Choice Scarf, I'm locked into Terra Blast. I really thought that I would... Well, if I was game 2, if this was going on a second game, now I would know. But unfortunately, we were a best of 1 ladder. So, because, yeah, I'm faster, so... Yeah, I should probably Surging Strikes into Incin. Like Grass type. Okay. Yeah, I think they got this game. This is really well played on their end. And the fact that their Incineroar outsped by Metagross kind of just spelled the end of the game for me. Because if it wasn't, then I would be able to switch out Entei into Urshifu and then lock into Sacred Fire against Rillaboom, and that would be the end of the game. Oh, I went for close combat. Insane. Okay. So I guess they went for Wood Hammer. This might not be the end of the game, depending on how much damage Terra Blast does and how much recoil Wood Hammer does. Oh, they went to Wood Hammer into Entei. That's huge that I lived. That is enormous. How much? Oh, Terra Blast already did damage. Terra Blast and... So I'm locked in the Terra Blast. The question is, this is the mind game I have to play. Do they go for Grassy Glide onto Urshi, or do they go to Grassy Glide onto Entei? I think I detect here. Did they call the read? Yep. Okay. GG. Yeah. I had to make a read. I had to make a read there of whether they were going for the Urshifu slot or the Entei slot, and they went for the Entei slot. So that's bad on my end. But yeah. I think we concede this game. Yeah, there's no way I win. Because I'm -1 defense, so they just win. But yeah. I'm not going to say... I mean, that was a really good showing of the game, because until the end... Until the flipping point of the game was when their Incineroar outsped by Metagross, because Metagross, as I said, base 70 speed, Incineroar base 60 speed, so they had to invest, quick math actually, hold on, 8 times 10, they had to invest at least 84 points into speed, which is not typical for Incineroar. But yeah. But as I said, game 2, I would know that, so. Rating, so they won their first game or two. Oh. It's the same person. Okay. I think I'm going to not record the same person, and then we're gonna come back at a later time. Alrighty, so we are back. As you can see, I'm 1501. So I faced that same person, and I beat them. This time, I just let Entei Fluttermane, and I went for... Turn 1, they protected Suicune, and I went for Shadow Ball into Tornadus. They got the Tailwind up, and then I kept going for... They Terra Grassed Suicune, so I locked into Sacred Fire beforehand, and I just went for Icy Wind Sacred Fires. And that kind of sort of cleaned up the game. And now we're at game 2. So they have, for Rigoraph, Raichu with the Fake Out, Shenpao Dragonite for the Hyper Offense, Incineroar, and Metagross. So I think I'm going to show off this lead. So Entei Fluttermane is actually no. I'm gonna say it now, but I haven't recorded the intro yet, so I'll explain it more in depth there. But Entei Fluttermane's really good into Fake Out, because this is Scarf. I don't really think we need the Tailwind, but I think we can go. Do I need the Rock Psychic Fighting? I think you in the back. And I think I go my own Metagross. Alrighty. Game number 2 versus our opponent. Versus Magure. If that's Japanese. Magure, if not. Wildcat, and so Incineroar, unfortunately for you, we're about to see why this lead is so good in Incineroar. And Inner Focus. I'm actually gonna go, I think I'm gonna double into, lots of Metagrosses are Assault Vest. I'm gonna double into Metagross. Do I lock Stomping or Sacred Fire? Sacred Fire is better to lock in, because even if I go into... So the clutch thing about Sacred Fire is an incredibly nutty move. It has a 50% chance to burn. So half of the time you're burning, and it's 95% accurate, meaning you barely miss. I have missed once already, not in recording, but on ladder. So that's a curse I can do. They don't know! They don't know the inner focus! Unless they're banded, this shouldn't... I'm a bulky Flutter main. That's... Oh, that's Life Orbed. Burn? No burn. Okay. We bring out the Boulder. And I think we Terra Fighting here, just so that I don't die to Bullet Punch. We go for Mighty Cleave. Sacred Fire here, just in case they don't Bullet Punch. Yeah, I was surprised that that killed, because I did Calx earlier. No, I did Calx earlier with Adamant Assault Vest, and now I know why it didn't kill. So they're going to Bullet Punch? No, they're going to Terra. Who's their Terra? Incineroar? Yeah. It's Fairy. But without Intimidate, they're going to take massive damage on this Mighty Cleave. They want a Parting Shot, and they're going to pay the price for it. So Bullet Punch. Yep. It wouldn't have killed either way, but... Oh, no. This Incineroar just fainted, because I'm locked into Sacred Fire. They don't know. Yeah. So Sacred Fire does that much damage. I get the burn. That's why Sacred Fire is a nutty move. Half the time you get the burn. The Mighty Cleave takes them out. Yeah, it's a dead Incineroar. So they're dead either way. And the reason they fainted was because they went for the Bullet Punch, because they took Life Orb recoil. So now it's 3v2 with Urshi in the back for me. Yeah. No, it's Metagross in the back. So they... Oh, the great friend. D Knight. And I assume this is Xian Pao, Sabretooth. Perfect. With Metagross in the back, I honestly want to see what they lock into, and I have to Sacred Fire here, so they're going to probably lock Extreme Speed, which means that I should Sacred Fire into Xian Pao. They also don't know I outspeed, so I'm going to go for Protect. They already Terra Normaled, so... Unless they suck. They locked in the Aqua Jet. Okay. Did they lock in a Sucker? No! I jinxed it! Okay. Okay. They locked in the Aqua Jet. So Ice Spinner will kill, which means... Ah, Sacred Fire would have been so good. What do? Because they're going to Aqua Jet, Ice Spinner. Okay, I swap in Full Metal. Oh no, because they're going to Sucker Punch then. Sacred Fire. Oh, I think I got it in time. Okay. Yeah, there's not much I can do here. I'll probably Sash too, which means that miss... I'm getting so unlucky today. I just had to face an Incineroar that outsped my Metagross. And then... Yeah. Sword of Ruin, super effective. Will Sucker Punch will kill. I just need to hope that this... if they're going for Aqua Jet, they go first every time. So I think I go for... Yeah. because they're outspeeding me even if I bullet punch. So there's no point. And then Mighty Cleave into Dragon Knight. Oh no. Oh. They played me well. But it didn't kill, so Mighty Cleave just kills. Yeah. So it's 2v1, but they're in a... Oh, I have Life Orb, so it's 1v1. Yeah. Oh! No, I took Life Orb recoil, and then I was like, I lose! I win! I lose! I win! I lose! Okay. I think we Ironhead Mighty Cleave. But I'm never outspeeding. And I live! Yeah. So they're down to Focus Sash. That was a game and a half. So yeah, I'm going to lose health. Yeah, that's why they went to Metagross. Because I would faint myself with Mighty Cleave. And then for the finishing touch, Ironhead. I run Ironhead so I don't miss like my Sacred Fire. Meteor Mash is a very, very, very good move. It is 90% accurate. That's why I don't run it. All right. That was so close. But we clutched that one out. So yeah. Oh man. That is the power of this team. And that's also the power of the Entei Fluttermane lead. Despite Fluttermane fainting to a bullet punch. But now I know my calcs. All right, we're gonna do one more. All right. Now we are against Will. So I don't have to really be scared of Annihilate because... Yeah, I don't have to be scared of Annihilate because of, I don't have any Intimidators. I do have to be careful if I lead you. Do I lead Tailwind this game? That's the real question. Do I lead Tailwind? Or do I just go Booster Flutter? I'm doubting my Flutter's bulk, but I know it's trained super, super bulky. And I'm never running Bold, because that's just... You're really, well, bold if you run Bull Flutter. I have not chosen a single Pokemon. Help me. Okay. I'm succumbing to this degeneracy lead. You. Oh God. Should I have brought Metagross? There's not really a need for me to bring Metagross. I don't know if I should have brought Flutter, though. Flutter actually seems like a very good pick here. But I did what I did, so we're going to play with it. Alrighty. Whimsicott Lando. Into Whimsley and Polar Bear. Intimidate. Do I play it risky? Do I say... I didn't see their rating. We're going for it. We're going for it. Because they can't Energy Ball and Tailwind. And if they don't Tailwind, Urshifu outspeeds. So... I've never done Urshifu calcs, but I just thought this play was funny. So yeah, Tailwind. Do they Tailwind is the real question, or did they double? They went for Tailwind. Cool. It's probably a speed tie because this is a max speed Whimsicott. Surging Strikes. Oh, they're not scarfed. This is terrible. They're probably banded. And I'm not adamant, so... This is a roll, probably? Yo, Urshifu, let's go! It worked out in the end. This is why Urshifu. And the Pokemon was hit 3 times. Man, this Pokemon is busted. The only reason I'm saying, wow, this Pokemon's busted is because... just in case they go for a Swords Dance, I have to taunt. And then... Oh, I already Terra it. I can't go for Terra Blast. This is a problem. Do I let Urshifu faint? I think I let Urshifu go down here. I think I just taunt and then go into the Ogre Pond. So yeah, no Swords Dance, no Follow Me. I don't want them to think I swapped out or anything. Encore. Let's go. Won the speed tie 2 for 2. Close combat. Defense fell. Special defense fell. Did they go for Ivy Cudgel, Horn Leech? They went for Horn Leech. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. All right. So I have Entei that can't Terra in the back. Sacred Fire, but they have a Terra, so they're probably going to Terra if they see that. Yeah, this Ogerpon's really trouble for me. If I brought Metagross or Fluttermane, even so, this would not be much of a threat. Is Ogerpon Wellspring something I'm weak to? Possibly. I'm stuck in Taunt as well, so... I think I can't Terra here, that's right. Taunt you. So the question is, do I go for the flinch or do I go for the damage? Depends on how this Ogerpon's trained. Wellspring's normally trained bulkier, so I can't trust Mighty Cleave will kill, which means I gotta go for the flinch. And by the flinch, I mean I gotta go for the miss, because Zen Headbutt has a 10% chance to miss. Alright, cool. Mighty Cleave would not have killed. This was the quote-unquote right play. Moonblast. I am not a fighting type. Yeah. Entei. I lock into Sacred Fire. Sacred Fire is what I lock into. It's what I do. I'm not Terra Normal. I don't have the Terra Normal. It doesn't really matter who I taunt. I think I lock Sacred Fire. Then I just have to deal with it. Question is, do they think I'll lock Sacred Fire? Oh, okay. If it's Heatran, I just lose. Rampage the Sociable? That's not Heatran. That is not Heatran. Taunt, but it fails. Good Fire. Moonblast into Entei. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they can only go. They can only do that. I go Taunt into Rampage. The real question... I always outspeed their Pokemon because of the Scarf Fencing. The real question is, do I Sacred Fire to Rampage or to Whimsicott? I think I Sacred Fire Whimsicott, hope for the burn. And then I Moonblast plus Sacred Fire. I think because they have Ogerpon in the back, they win this game, but... I was gonna... There we go. I was gonna say, I think I would protect if I was them, because then they just lose that for nothing. Yep. Taunt. I still have to use Taunt. I'm an Encore. Sacred Fire. Do I get the burn? I got the burn. Cool. This is why Sacred Fire is such a good move. Moonblast. Cool. And I think my Encore lock ends this turn. Yeah, okay, cool. Perfect. I timed that perfectly. I'm a decent VGC player, but I don't always time things perfectly. But the thing is, I'm running Moonblast. So it's likely they'll Terra the Ogre Pawn. Or do they already Terra? Oh, they Terra'd the Landorus. Right. Okay. So I guess I just win this. Yeah, I forget that sometimes. And then Moonblast should take this guy out. Alrighty. GG. So, yeah. We are now 3-2. I'm gonna go play more of this because I woke up early, but I'm not tired because I took a nap that was too long yesterday. So when my body feels like it'll go to sleep, I'll go to sleep. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. And if you like this team a lot, you should definitely check out the rental code. But yeah, thank you so much and have a great day.